So, pretty people, as I told you guys I would before, we're going to focus on Barbie Looks number 19, and then we're going to look at the Gala Collection doll in a separate video, which you can watch if you subscribe so that you don't miss out on that one. We're going to give her a whole body swap and restyle her. Just a little side note before we pull her out of the box. Looks model number 19 with the LINA face sculpt. She's on a tall made to move body, and this doll is part of the lineup that was designed as the color block theme, which I wasn't a really big fan of. I didn't end up getting all the dolls in that series. And the dolls are designed by our beloved Bill Greening, who no longer works at Mattel, but everybody already knows the whole story behind that. So the significance of this doll also is that she is designed by a very classic, legendary doll designer at Mattel that we will no longer be seeing dolls made from after, I think, this year, maybe next year. But here on the back of the box, you can see that they do have photographs of the different combinations that you can make with the clothing pieces that the doll comes with. So my initial thoughts about this doll upon unboxing her, I just want to point out to you, and I want to say the things I don't like about this doll is the reason why I refused to pay full price for this doll when it first came out. It was like a special edition because she came with some extra clothing pieces and accessories that the other Barbie Looks dolls do not come with. First of all, I don't like that she doesn't have pierced ears, but all the Barbie Looks dolls don't come with pierced ears, so that's not just for this particular doll. I also don't like that she's got so much gel in her bangs. Barbie Looks dolls come with made to move bodies default, so dolls that come with made to move bodies are meant to be taken out of the original state that they're in. So it's not really a huge drawback. It's just my own pet peeve that I have to wash the hair and manipulate the hair in order to get it to sit right on the head, and I just don't like the feeling of the gel in the hair like that. Also, the coloring of the pieces that this doll comes with is really confusing. For example, the pink shades all match pretty much, okay? The pink that you see in her top goes with her purse and also her shoes and with her sunglasses. As you see, the rims are pink, like the top she's got on, it's like a deep magenta type of color. Meanwhile, she's got gold accessories as well, like this purse, and 3 chunky bracelets that come in the same gold color. And I suppose that's supposed to go with these pieces. We got the gold waistband here and like the yellow tones. So okay, that makes sense. But then you've got like these random, what is this color? I want to call it teal. It's like a blue-green, more leaning towards green type of a color. And then the shoes are a completely separate color. It's blue, but it's not the same shade as the pants. So like these two pieces just feel like complete, like what happened here? Kind of color scheme, kind of like somebody who's colorblind to blue hues was given the task of picking out colors for these other pieces, and they don't really like fit into the whole thing. So that I don't really like. I wish I would have picked one. Preferably I would have liked it everything to be this color because it's a unique color that you don't see all the time, and I appreciate that, you know, that little bit of difference. But either way, I wouldn't have known the difference if they only picked one shade of blue to go with. So that's something I don't really like about the stuff that comes with this doll. As you know, this purse, I mean, we've seen this purse a bajillion times. I think Maeve Riley came with the same purse, and this is also a very overly used clutch style, but I do appreciate that they put a little string in here so that you can hold it on the doll can hold it with her hand. And I do like this cool color that it's in. That's not something you see very often. I wish they would have done something similar with this so that the doll can actually hold it a little bit easier, but what can I say? So for me, the preference is gonna be over the shoulder bags that have long handles because it's so much easier to pose the dolls in those, but you can't have everything, I guess. Next, I want to show you that I was very shocked to see that this top piece here is actually a bodysuit, and it does have a Velcro closure on the back, but she has to put it on like a bathing suit, which I think is really clever because it's going to make the shirt more streamlined and look tucked in properly when you've got her bottoms on with it. So I do appreciate that a lot. And I don't have a lot of pieces like this that are like bodysuit pieces, so that I thought was a plus. Her hair is very well rooted. It's long, black saran, very thick. There's like a lot of hair there. I highly doubt I'm gonna find a bunch of bald spots. As they usually do with Barbies, they did paint the scalp like a dark color so that her hair blends in properly. So when you part the hair, you should not be able to see a whole bunch of scalp. So it's very well rooted doll. I love all of those details, and I really like that her eyes are purple. I don't know why when I was looking at her promo pictures, when the doll first came out, why I never noticed that she's got purple eyes. But she does, and her eyeshadow also is purple, so it matches her eye color. The stand that she's on right now is not the one that she came with, but I don't really like her lip color. I feel like it's a little too bold, like a deep red color, and with all this magenta pink that she came with, I kind of would have liked to see a lighter shade for the lips. I just feel like it's just way too bold. That's an easy fix. If you're a customizer, you can change that, but I don't really want to have to do that. Yeah, so those are all the like things that I like and don't like about this doll initially, just removing her out of the box without doing anything to her. Now, this doll is on a tall body, which is great because I love having the variety in the different made to move body types. If you always have the same thing, it's kind of boring, at least to me it is. She does have a very Asian-esque look. I'm not sure if that's on purpose, if she's supposed to look Asian. It could just be my bias because she's got the like typical Chinese, Japanese bangs and long straight hair kind of look. So maybe I'm just like reading into it, but if you wanted her to represent an Asian person, then you definitely could get away with it. In fact, her coloring is real similar to my Poppy Parker here that I got from AliExpress. She's my clone Poppy, not the real deal, not Integrity. And if you want to see her details, go ahead and check out a previous video that I uploaded. I think my last 2 videos I uploaded before this one of those is talking about her. So I have some more things I want to show you with her at another time too. But yeah, they're kind of similar in their coloring and like the dark hair, the light eyes, the light skin kind of, and the height. They remind me of each other. So I want to just try on some different stuff. So with this outfit, I wanted to try on something with what she already came with, which is her pretty pink shirt. And I just paired it with a plain black pencil skirt. And I gave her a little tulle thingamajig, like a little accessory on her hip there to kind of make the shirt look a little bit like, I don't know, like so it would look like a piece that was like attached to the shirt or something. And she's got her pink clutch that she came with, and she's also wearing those magenta pumps, which have a cute, unique cut to the shoe. I like the shoe mold a lot. It's not something I've really seen often. I think the sleeve length balances out the long skirt without making it look like, you know, the skirt is too short on her very long legs because she is a tall doll. Everything just kind of looks cohesive, and then she's also rocking her pink rimmed sunglasses in her hair so that we can see her pretty purple eyes. They're not covered up. This is my favorite way to display dolls, with eyeglasses, especially like shades you can't see through. I don't really like to cover their eyes too much if I don't have to. And I gave her hair a quick brush through so that it didn't look super messy, but I do notice there's some stray pieces at the ends here that are shedding and a bit uneven on her. So that's probably gonna be rectified once I give her a nice bow wash and like get all this gook out of her hair, because she does have gel in her hair, which feels like glue. But that's basically this look. So let's try on something else. Now, the feature piece in this outfit is the yellow top that she comes with, and that one just velcros up the back, and we've got her shoulders exposed. It's a very nice cut. I do want to say that the material that these pieces are made out of, I have mixed feelings about. You can kind of hear it. It's smooth on the outside and a little rough on the inside. There's like 2 different textures going on, but it's supposed to be kind of satiny looking. So it's, you know, it's a little bit stiff. It's not a bad material, but it's not their best material either. So just wanted to point that out. This is the case for this piece, that piece, and the pants that she came wearing. And this is the only piece that's like actual soft fabric. But yeah, for this one, we've got her wearing that yellow top along with her gold bangles, and I do appreciate that her jewelry pieces are a metallic finish. This is good. And I gave her a little hat to accessorize with it that came on a BMR 1959 doll, which is a very similar color to her top. And she's just wearing this with some plain old jeans and her blue heels that she came with. This doll's shoes, both of the shoes have a left and right foot mold. I'm not sure if all tall and curvy shoes are like that. If they are, I didn't really notice. I know that a lot of the Barbie Looks dolls shoes did come with a left and right foot mold, and when I look at the shoes that came with my Barbie Basics dolls, I think their shoes also had left and right foot molds too. So maybe that's just something I never paid attention to before, but y'all tell me if you ever noticed that about your doll's shoes, or is it just like some of them do and some of them don't? Because even with the regular shoes for Barbie, some come with left and right molds depending on the design of the shoe or the design of the foot that the doll is coming on, and then some of them have the universal fit. So I don't know, I'm just noticing it, so I'm pointing it out. I really like this casual look on her. I think it makes her look like an everyday girl, but like not just a plain Jane who doesn't pay that much attention to her fashions and just slaps things together. I kind of want her to look like she's deliberately putting thought into how she's piecing her outfits together. This shirt could be longer because I think it would look better when it's like tucked in, and a lot of the pants don't have high waists, so you kind of have to struggle to get the top of the pants over the shirt. If you want to fit the clothes that way on her, that would have been a better style, I think. So with this outfit, I've got a very light pink, like a very baby pastel kind of pink color, paired on top with her yellow skirt that has the gold trim around the waist that kind of makes it look like a belt. She's wearing that with a pair of gold high heels and her gold clutch purse. And the accessories I gave her were the gold bracelets on each arm, which is a great way for you to hide joints if you don't want them showing on your dolls. And with this outfit, I want to point out that the top and the bottom, they look like they're the same kind of material, but the top that I have on this doll has a more softer feeling to the fabric, so it's a little bit more silky, more satiny, as opposed to the skirt. The bottom piece is a little bit more stiff. The top is a lot softer. So even though they look like the same material, they don't behave quite the same, and I just want to point out the difference in the way that the textures feel. The top feels like a more high quality fabric to me, and I don't know if that makes a difference, but again, I don't think this doll's worth getting at her regular price, so if you can get her on sale, I highly recommend. So again, this outfit look is supposed to be like a trendy secretary kind of a look. I want her to look like she has an office job and she cares about how she's putting her outfits together, even though they're very feminine and conservative looking. She can still, you know, turn heads when she's walking down the street. She looks like she put some care into her outfit. So with this one, I did a little extra stuff. So she's wearing the pants that she came with, of course, and her pink pumps, along with her pink accessories like the clutch bag and her glasses. However, I paired this with undershirt, which is supposed to be, I think this is supposed to be a bathing suit, but much like the bodysuit that she came with, I wanted it to be like a tucked in looking top. So I went with that one to kind of give it like a halter top effect. And then she's got this very eclectic jacket on top, which actually came on an Integrity Toys doll that I no longer have. I mean, as you can tell from the look of this jacket, it's very different looking. So I always have a hard time finding dolls to put this jacket on. I never know who it's gonna look good on or like what to pair it with, but for some reason I felt like it might go okay with this outfit. I mean, okay, so like the feel I'm trying to go for is she works at an office. Maybe it's a lawyer's office, but she's very high fashion, you know? So she has to follow the dress code, but she tries to get away with like putting her own flair on her outfits by going a little off the deep end when it comes to some colors, little pops of colors here and there, certain patterns. She's an excellent worker, so her boss kind of lets it slide, you know? Plus she's beautiful, and like nobody really tells beautiful women that they can't get away with doing things. So so that's how she gets away with dressing like this, only on Fridays to the office, okay? But I mean, this is part of her appeal. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to go for with like the personality of this doll. Am I pulling it off? Like, what do you guys think? I had some dresses that I wanted to try on her, but now that I've played around with some of these different looks, mixing and matching the stuff that she already came with, I kind of lost interest in the dress looks. I feel like they're not gonna do her personality justice because they're just too plain. I think I'm gonna end it here with this particular session of dress up for this doll, but because I want to play around with her more, I want to do something with her hair. I want to give her some, you know, earrings, paint her nails, do a little more sprucing up with her. So I might do a follow-up video for her to show you guys some other things that I end up doing with her. Last, before I get out of here, because I'm super overheated right now, I just want to show you guys these other two Linas that I have in my collection to kind of compare the Barbie Looks 19 doll to. Each one has a separate skin tone. From lightest to darkest, we've got number 19 in the back, number 1 over on the right, and our Dia de Muertos doll on the left. If you want to see the details of Dia de Muertos and how I gave her a few different fashion changes, then make sure you check out my previous video, the last 2 videos before I uploaded this one. One of those should be the video with Dia de Muertos featured in it. And I had a good time changing her into a couple different outfits to see what went well with her face paint look. Even though her face is covered underneath there's a LINA Sculpt hiding. The first and only one that I had previously is this one with the tan skin tone, and she's supposed to be like a Hispanic looking doll. So I'm working on customizing her. I'm trying out this shirt that number 19 came with, and I really love that the low cut collar allows for her to show off her little chest jewels that I gave her. So that's fun. And I just put her in like a simple outfit to pair with that. Matches her little earrings. And these two are on just regular height bodies. One is a made to move that she originally came with, and this one I rebodied onto Aaliyah's original body. So she has articulation now because the Dia de Muertos doll does not normally come with any articulation despite being like $75 retail. But no, I did not buy her for that price. So if you want this doll, then check out my product links because I have some links down there for her at a sale price, along with some other dolls that I recommend. And now I have number 19, who I'm glad I waited for and added to my collection strategically, so I didn't end up overspending and I was able to have time to really think about whether I really wanted to add this doll to my collection or not. Because my goal with dolls is to have face sculpt variety, but also when I add dolls that have the same sculpts, I want for them to look drastically different from one another. I don't want it to feel like it's the same character just dressed in different outfits or different hair colors. So I think that is definitely being pulled off with this group of girls here. As far as changes I want to make to this doll, there's some things that I do want to do with her to customize her a little bit more. So I'm definitely going to do that and then come back and show you guys the changes that I made, along with a couple other dolls that I'm working on customizing a little bit. I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, my name's Gypsy. I hope you will subscribe to come back and hang out with the rest of us pretty people over here. And let me know what else you guys want to see in the comment section. If you have any requests or questions, I'll see you next time. Have a dolly day.